Everybody's hopping on the Vikings bandwagon. Choo choo. All right, welcome back to the Onebar and Lupagus show. I'm Onebar with Lupagus, and all aboard the Vikings Super Bowl train, baby.
Choo choo. Yeah, all it took was one dominating victory over the Green Bay Packers, and everybody is kissing the ass of the Minnesota Vikings.
All right, before we get into that, remember, subscribe to the channel, like the videos, here every damn day talking Vikings. Hit that sub button. Let's get the 8,000 subs. Also, Lift Bridge Brewery. Check out the brews, the beers, their tap room, everything Lift Bridge.
Everything. Why not? All right, yeah. So Minnesota Vikings suddenly a very popular pick among many NFL media outlets after the big win. I guess we're just gonna talk about it. Everybody's hopping on the old bandwagon.
Yeah, I mean, and hopefully everybody's picking up on some of our sarcasm as far as Super Bowl. But I mean, at 1-0 against the Packers, we're gonna milk this as long as we can. And I actually got some numbers, some rankings.
Well, let's hear them.
So ESPN, they started us off at 23. We're all of a sudden, bam, at 10, the biggest jump on their list.
Wow.
CBS has a 7th. Stephen A. Smith, love him or hate him, has us as his 4th best team. NFL.com, we went from 20 to 7. Bleacher Report, we went from 18 to 9.
Wow.
Big old jumps, just like Sean Kemp in the early 90s.
Well, those are huge jumps, and they make sense because it was really a dominating performance by Minnesota Vikings on both sides of the ball. Defensively, schematically, did everything to keep the ball from Aaron Rodgers making big plays, whether that was the pressure up front created by Za'Darius and Daniel Hunter, or just some of the different schemes. The way to move Za'Darius around, some of the coverages weren't very obvious. Aaron Rodgers didn't know what we're doing there at the line. Things were different than they looked. And you look at the offense, the way we were able to get JJ open when the whole Packers game plan was to shut him down. He was wide ass open. I mean, Kevin O'Connell knows how to get the ball in his playmaker's hand, and I don't know why that's going to change.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's just, and this was the first time we've seen Kevin O'Connell out there and how good they did, and you have to buy into this. If we had beaten the Texans or something, we maybe went up a spot or two, but we beat a team that a lot of people actually picked to be in the Super Bowl. We did damn good, and also not only the Vikings, but Kirk Cousins too. All of a sudden, people are starting to gradually, you know what, Kirk Cousins with this go, he's pretty good, but he's pretty good. He's always been good. Not allowed to come on the Kirk Cousins train with us yet. Got to earn that.
I mean, Cousins isn't doing anything he hasn't done before. I mean, the guy just looks in control, comfortable, knows his reads, knows what he's got to do, and he does it. He makes the throws when he's got to make the throws, isn't making these stupid decisions. So there's plenty of things to be excited about. Another big thing to be excited about and think why this isn't just a fluke. All the weapons we really didn't use on Sunday. I mean, Delvin Cook ran the ball 20 times for 90 yards. Not a great day for Delvin by Delvin standards. Adam Thielen was barely used. KJ Osborne wasn't used. Irv Smith Jr. wasn't used. There's still a ton of weapons on offense that haven't even been stroked yet.
Ooh-wee. Yeah, and I hope that's kind of part of their theme, where opposing teams aren't going to know which weapons they're going to use. I mean, Irv could easily come out against the Eagles and all of a sudden have 8 catches for 90 yards and a score. I mean, and Thielen, same thing. So I hope that's part of their MO. You're not going to know what's coming. And the other thing is how bad the Rams struggled. I love the fact that everyone's saying, you know what, maybe O'Connell, maybe Wes Phillips had a lot to do with that. Well, I'm not buying that yet. I love hearing it.
And then I think that's a good point. Let's say maybe why we shouldn't buy in 100% yet, or why maybe the NFL world shouldn't. And I think there's a couple things. This game could have been a lot closer. The drop to Christian Watson, the goal line stand could have gone the other way. So maybe if those things would have, I mean, the Vikings still could have won this game, still probably would have won this game. But maybe they're not, the hype isn't there if those two plays maybe go the other way.
Well, that, and I mean, the fact is the Vikings with all of these weapons, I mean, the truth is they could beat anybody every week, but they could also step on their dicks like the Packers did too. So we could beat anybody any week if we show up, and a lot of players did show up. So we're just very talented on offense.
We are. We're very talented on defense. It's only 1 week. It's only 1 game, but there is plenty of reason for people to jump on this bandwagon. And hey, there's room for everybody on this train.
All aboard. It'll be very interesting to see what they do against the Eagles, who scored like 38 points. So Eagles will be a pretty good test. They're actually ranked fairly high in a lot of these rankings as well. Where would you just rank the Vikings before we wrap this thing up right now?
Right now, I I like the 8 to 12 range. I think that's fair.
Yeah, I'm at about like I'd say like 9. They should be in the top 10, I think. But Stephen A. Smith, some of these are a little bit nutty, but I think 9's pretty fair.
Well, I don't know how much you can say with Stephen A. Smith. Did you see what he said last week? Or he said the Chargers would score the most points, and then they said who's going to win between the Chargers and the Raiders, and he said the Raiders.
He's got a lot on his mind. A lot on his mind. The only thing that does rub my ass and chat my balls is some of these rankings still have the Packers ahead of the Vikings.
Yeah,
that doesn't make sense.
That doesn't make sense. It does not. That's just going from years of history. They can't break it.
Well, let us know in the comments where you rank the Vikings. Hit that sub button. Let's get to 8,000 subs.
Yeah, remember this. Most elephants weigh less than the tongue of a blue whale.